All right, good day, everyone, and welcome back to Mommy Guide Inc. So, for those who are new, I am Mommy Lala, and yes, I've been missing you all. I've been gone for quite a while. It's just that my in real life schedule has been super busy. I really am almost always stuck in traffic, or by the time I get home, I was really, really tired. But all right, so starting this week, I'm going back to my regular programming. All right, so starting it off with even an early live stream because this is not my normal time that I go live, right? So this is a special one, and I'll be going live yet again tomorrow morning, and then Saturday we'll revert back to our evening schedule. Yes, this is one of my favorite things to do. So if you are a card maker or a paper crafter and you've been wanting to create, different kinds of cards but doesn't really know or don't really know where to start off, so why don't you try creating sketches? All right, but first and foremost, let us say hi to the people in the chat earlier on. Carol was here. I was a little bit late, actually, 19 minutes late. Okay, because I forgot to put in the sketches. So I had to rush that one. But I'm super glad that you are here once again. And of course, Hola Dalis, congratulations again, my dear friend, for that very successful a hop that we did a few weeks back. All right. So, yes, yours truly is back. And I hope that you are feeling better, Delise. Okay. Sorry for your loss. Um, I hope that slowly, you are, feeling better. Okay. Again, thank you so much for dropping by for today. Okay, so let me see as well. Okay, so yes, Dali is saying hi to Carol as well. But I'm testing things out, right? So because it's been a long while since yours truly have gone live, and I think I have forgotten a little bit, the toggles and the controls on my setup. So I do want to know, my friends, can you please put it in the chat? How are you watching this live stream? Because I'm actually coming to you horizontal, vertical on all the platforms. That's YouTube and on Facebook page, my personal page, and of course, Mummy Guide Inc. All right. And so that I know which one you guys or you all want to watch when you are watching card making videos. Yes. And have you joined Canvas Card Challenge? Yes, something that we actually want to know. All right. So without further ado, this is what I'm going to be making today, right? So Kendra's Card Challenge is a quarterly card making challenge where you can create up to 15, sometimes even more cards, okay, from just 6 sheets of 6 by 6 pattern paper, right? But then you can always start off with a 12 by 12 or a letter size, A4 size, and then just cut those pieces of pattern paper into a 6 by 6 to start with. And the leftovers, you can set aside for use for some other projects. I'll show you like what I did with this one. Okay. So this one, okay, is my what do you call this? My excess. This is I started with an A4, I mean a letter size, okay, printed, okay, pattern paper. I cut off the 6 by 6 and I added on to and I cut it using my Cricut maker. Oops. Okay, let me see. Whoop. All right. Okay, my Cricut maker. So how do you do that, Lala? That is with the use of an SVG files, my dear friends. Yes, because Kenja's Card Challenge actually also has SVG files available for if you are like me and you have a digital cutting machine like a Cricut Maker or a Cricut, Cameo, or a Brothers Cut and Cut, right? So, Canvas Card Challenge even made it easier for you to cut out those 6 sheets of 6x6 pattern paper into specific cut pieces, right? So to start with, if you want to join us, it's absolutely free. As I said, it's a quarterly card making challenge, and Kendra's Card Challenge is on its 22nd quarter, right? So this is the second month of KCC 22. So all you need to do, my dear friends, is to head on to, okay, Cards by Kendra Patreon. Okay, and this is what it would look like. All right. And then from there, okay, you can actually now download, okay, here, this one. Okay, so you can become a KCC free Patreon to download the current KCC PDF. And yes, you even get a chance to win if ever, right? So all you do is to click that one and you will get the PDF, the free PDF downloadable, where it will tell you all and everything about the challenge. Whoops, whoops. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. It went away. All right. So, but let me just get that thing back. Okay. So, when you have, I'm playing around with 3 monitors so I can easily see things. But apparently, oh, I closed that thing. All right. So now I see it. It's gone. Okay. So there you go. It's back. All right. So, okay, let me go. I can't find my mouse now. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this is basically how it works. You download the PDF and then you create your masterpieces, okay, based on the sketches. And then you post and you share. You take one photo of all the 15 cards, okay, for KCT22 and upload it to the InLinks party below our for the month you are searching for or entering for rather. So now is May. So you need to click on the one that is for May. This is very important. Otherwise, your entry will not be able, you will not be able to submit it. All right. So that's very important. So don't forget to add your name and country of residence. Yes, because you can actually join from anywhere in the world. Yours truly is from the Philippines in Southeast Asia. And yes, I am able to join. And then you, of course, win prizes with a value of over $1,000. And this is okay, the list of the amazing sponsors that we have for Kendra's Card Challenge 22. Thank you all so much, dear sponsors, for making Kendra's Card Challenge even better. All right, so let's go back to the chat just again. All right, I have been missing you all. Okay, the least said, okay, horizontal YouTube. Okay, that is, I think, the question. How are you watching this live stream? All right. And the least said, yes, horizontal. Stamper Girl, specifically on her TV, right? Go big. Yes, and of course, here is Kenja. This is Cards by Kenja, our dear creator of Kenja's Card Challenge. Okay, and now on its 22nd season. So if you do have questions about the challenge, anything and everything about the challenge, feel free to ask in the chat because our dear creator is actually in the chat. All right. And of course, Carol saying, hi, Stamper Girl. And yes, Tamara, miss you, my dear friend. It's been quite a while. I know, right? Yes. Okay, yes. And Kendra is also saying hi to everyone. I love this month's bonus printable. Did you get a sneak peek also on my table? Thank you, Carol, said Kendra, for liking it. Right? If you guys have like suggestion in terms of theme or color palette or things like that, feel free, all right, to message Kendra. All right. And of course, Kendra's links, social links, of course, Kendra's Card Challenge are all in the description of this video. Okay, Carol said her brother Scan and Cut did a great job. Woo! With the SVGs. And she learned that she should never put photo paper on the brother mat. It was a disaster. Okay, great. Thanks for sharing, Carol. And that goes for all different kinds of machines as well. In terms of the mat, it's the same thing for a Cricut maker or a Cricut or a Cameo. All right. So do not, because it's going to stick like crazy and super hard to actually remove it. So I feel you, Carol. So thank you so much for sharing that. And Carol said that she likes watching on horizontal YouTube. And of course, Kendra is also on horizontal YouTube. All right. And Carol, I'm watching horizontal. Hi, Kendra from Delise. And Vicky, hello, Vicky. Thank you so much, my dear friends, again for dropping by and watching. Again, if ever, please do put in the chat, how are you watching this live stream? And of course, if have you joined Kendra's Card Challenge before? If so, this is the how many times have you joined? All right, just want to actually, know. All right. All right, so let's start. Okay, so if you can see here, all right, so going back to, of course, the Kendra's Card Challenge first. Okay, before I actually start. So these are our amazing sponsors for this quarter. Yes, this is what I've been saying. If you need help cutting, right? So there is an available SVG file that you can purchase on the Kendra's Cards by Kendra Patreon shop. All right. Yes, you have cutting files for papers A to F. Remember, start with 6 sheets of 6 by 6 pattern paper. Right there, you can also have that. And of course, an additional add on that you can also join on top of the main challenge is the color palette challenge. Right. So there you go. And of course, thank you so much for those who are already part of Kendra's Cards by Kendra's Patreon, paid Patreon. So there are several tiers, and this actually helps keep Kendra's Card Challenge free for everybody. But if you are in that paid membership, you do get a ton of perks. On top of that, we do have a Facebook group for all of you where you can actually also share. Okay, if you want to just share, yes, definite, or get inspiration, that is where you need to be and you need to go. All right. So there you go. These are the new tiers. Okay. So of course you have the free, right? So yes, everybody can join. And of course you have the bronze, used to be known as the supporter. Okay. The silver tier used to be the official. Okay. The gold used to be known as the all access. And of course the platinum used to be called the VIP, where you get the most number of perks. All right. Yes. So there you go. And of course, this is the design team for KCC 22. All right. So these are the previous Kendra's Card challenges. So if you, as a paid Patreon, to access a printer-friendly version of the challenge, you can for just $2. Again, there's so many amazing things you can actually see on Patreon. So it's Cards by Kendra Patreon. All right. All right. Again, the link is in the description of this video. Somebody mentioned about the latest bonus printable and loving it. Yes, this is it, my friend. The latest bonus printable. This is the stained glass digital card making kit. And so if you are new to card making and probably you do not have just yet, as many, okay, what do you call this, papers or materials that you have, then you can absolutely, go for this bonus printables. Okay. Again, this is okay. One of the perks of being part of the paid Patreon. Okay. It contains 18 pattern papers, 30 color images, 12 black and white images, circle sentiments, plus the ultimate sentiments that actually coincides with the ultimate what do you call this? The ultimate sentiments universal die of Lynn, our dear friend Lynn of LV Handcrafted, and sold exclusively at the Not Too Shabby shop. So you see this one, you can cut all of these sentiments in one pass using Lynn's awesome die. All right. It does get out of stock super fast. So if you do want this, check it out on the Not Too Shabby shop and hopefully it is available. So just a run through of, this month's bonus printable. Again, this is the May 2026 bonus printable. Yes, and if you do use it, I hope that you would share it by using hashtag KCC May 2026 bonus on your posting on your socials. So just a sneak peek of, the papers. There you go. Are you loving this very vibrant, awesome colors? And then it comes with like watercolored style washed papers. All right, so look at that color. Look at that. This is not complete because some I've already used. Okay, but of course, okay, this is a trick I have, friends. When I have my bonus printable, yes, I print them duplicates. So if I need another set, it is already there. You didn't see the sentiments over there because I've cut everything. So for you guys, I have another set. So this is all included. So you see, there are spaces in between so that, you could actually put all of this. So what I do, okay, is I have several, dies, circle dies, and what have you. So I would look for, let's say, my specific die that I want to use. All right. So let's say this one. All right. So I would put, let's say, this one over here if I want a little bit of, a border. Okay. Otherwise, I would use, okay, where are my other circle dice? It's somewhere here. Okay, a smaller one. Okay, so you get the drift, right? So you can use another one over here. So you can literally die cut, okay, all of this using, the dice that you have. Sometimes I don't even want circles, right? So sometimes I want a little bit of, kind of an oval. Okay, an oval shape. Okay, so this one doesn't, you just go through the dice that you have and so something like that, right? Or thank you so much. All right, or pure joy. So I don't just stick to, circles. Okay, and then you have something like this, right? So again, look at that in one pass. I like this because they are border stitched border dies, or sometimes um like a running stitch, or sometimes it's a cross stitch, right? So but then that is one of my favorite things that I like doing with all of this printed images, and it's perfect for using or decorating the card. So yes, this bonus printable is such a mine of resource because you get the papers, you get the images, and even the sentiments, right? Look at that. You even get like borders or corners. Okay, so there you go. And if you like coloring, right, you can have that coloring practice that you love so much. And since this is a stained glass kind of image, right? So it's so perfect for you to kind really use up your and test out your coloring skills. So there again, okay, this is the complete set of the images. All right. So again, this is the May 2026 bonus printable, and that's what I'm going to be using today. All right. So if you do again want to get, a hand of this bonus printable, okay, again, what is happening to this one? Okay, bear with me, friends, as I struggle. I am struggling with this mouse of mine. Okay, it's basically removing all the things, okay, on my monitor. Okay, so it's okay. It's Lala versus Tech, right? It's Lala versus Tech. There you go. Ha, it's back. Okay. All right. So again, here. Okay. So if you want to get a hold of this monthly bonus printable, it is available. Okay. On. Okay. The mouse. Where are you? Okay. This mouse. Okay. There you go. It is available on the of silver tier, which is only $5 a month. All right. It's also available, okay, on gold and of course on the platinum. So this is one of my favorite perks, okay, of the paid tier on Canvas Card Challenge. All right. So let us start. So that is what I'm gonna be using. So to I do have visitors, friends coming over from Canada, and so um I really needed to do a little bit of prep. So I wanted to show you, okay, how I actually have cut, these papers using the SVG files. But worry not, because I have several videos already on my channel on how to do this, right? And so you can head on over there. So the process. So what I do with with the Kendra's Card Challenge, when I want to do it, okay, I normally try to set aside a specific time. Okay, again, this is me. Okay, it doesn't have to be this way for you, right? So we all have different situations in life. Some are very busy, some don't have time to actually sit down one sitting. Okay, so you can do your preparation the way it works with you. Okay, but this is how it works for me, right? So I would okay, choose the papers I want. Okay, in this case, from the bonus printable. And then I choose 6 pieces of pattern paper. And you actually we'll see later on that for the solid cardstocks, I actually even use some of, the papers included in, the bonus printable, because they're kind of solid anyways, right? So you can actually do that. So if you're new, do not be worried about sticking exactly to the sketch. Let's say you want it vertical, you want to make it horizontal, you want to turn something from a circle to a square to a rectangle, whatever, it is absolutely fine. Kendra will not not accept your submission, all right, just because you kind of tweak the sketch. No, absolutely, this is a very inclusive community. And so after that, I've chosen, I will put it, I will open my, again, I'm using a Cricut. All right. So I will open up my Cricut Design Space. I will put the 6x6 pattern paper on the mat, choose the actual SVG file for that specific paper I want. So I decide which becomes paper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or in this case, you will check it will say A, B, C, D, E, F, corresponding to each of the 6 sheets of pattern paper that you actually would start with. After that, another new thing that actually just started, I think it was, if not earlier this year, I think it was last year, last quarter, where Kendra started, giving us SVG files. But the mats and layers definitely just this year. So the mats and layers, you don't need, even for the starting, you don't need an SVG file. It's just that yours truly have this issue about always making a mistake in terms of my cutting. Thus, I become, I have a self-proclaimed, paper surgeon, PhD on paper surgery, because for some weird reason, I would always cut up a little bits and pieces here and there that is the wrong size. So with these SVG files, I actually am able to, cut everything perfectly. And with the mats and layers, because normally with the mats and layers, I either use my scraps or um I use more than I should because I don't know how to maximize exactly the papers that I have. But with the SVG mats and layers, normally you just use between 3 to 4. In this case, this challenge 5 pieces of paper for the mats and layers. And the next thing you need to do is what I'm going to be doing now. Just assemble everything. Right? Again, I do have several videos on how to actually do that from scratch. Okay, on my channel. Head on to that as well. So let us go back to the chat for a while. Okay, there's a printer recommendation I see in the chat. All right. And Vicky said that she has used SVGs for her current set that she is working on. Woot woot! Yes, welcome to the SVG team. Again, for those who don't, it's like, what is she talking about? What is an SVG? What is a electric die cutting machine? It's okay if you don't have that. You don't need to get and buy one. Okay, because you can absolutely do this manually, right? It's just that I have one, and so I'm using it. And if you have one too that's just gathering dust over there in your craft space, then this might be the perfect time for you to grab that and use it as well for your creation of your KENDRA'S Card Challenge 22 set. And my dear, dear friend Jay, when are we going live for our Faith Journal? I've been so busy, my friend. Miss you. Hope all is well. Is that different than the one and done die? Yes. Yes, Jay, it is different. Okay. So the one and done die, okay, is this one. Okay. So it is different. So the one and done die, so not too shabby, would tell you if it's for one and done die or if it's for the ultimate, okay, die that Lynn has. So look, it 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 will work with some, but some are not. Okay. So it really is specifically for Lynn's die, which is the ultimate sentiments. Okay. The ultimate sentiments universal die. Also available at the Not Too Shabby. Thanks so much, Jay. Okay, for asking that. But you know what? Both are actual staples, great actual staples for your craft space, all right, and your crafting journey. And of course, Kendra is saying hi to Jay. Yes, and yes, it's different, Jay. I thank you, Kendra. Sweet. I just found out. Hi, Shanna. Oh my goodness. The people that you see in the chat, my friends, are actually also craft creators on YouTube, and they have a ton of amazing content as well. So if this you are new to them, kindly check them out, right? So you will learn so many from our dear dear friends in the chat. Yeah, Vicky saying hi to Shanna and Jay as well. Still hoping for a teen boy summer kit with cats. Oh, okay. Rick. Oh, remember one of my favorites. Favorite Kenja's card bonus printable is the one with the. I think it's the one with the cats and the dogs one. I think that was like 2 years ago or 2.5 years ago, right, Kendra? Yeah, so maybe another release. All right, in the future. There you go. For the printer recommendation a while back. All right. So again, if you do have questions specifically about Kendra's card challenge. This is the best time because we have Kendra in the chat, right? So which one did you get? Okay. Jay, do tell me I'm in the market for one. Okay, so if you okay for yours truly, okay, I just recently got a brother. Gosh, what's the I forgot. Okay, later I will probably put it in the description as well. A laser one, a black, just a basic black one because some of the bonus printables that Kanja has done in the past, actually the black and whites, you can foil them, right? So if you print them on a toner printer, all right, so there you go, a lot of possibilities. One of the Canon image class ones. It's great. I've had it like 2 years. There you go, Jay said. I use Epson EcoTank. Same here, Shanna. That's for my colored ones. All right. So it's very affordable. You can print as many as you want. No worries. It's just that it cannot feed, intuitively about when the paper is a little bit thicker. So the Canon printers and HP printers I find are better for that. But I'm an Epson brother girl, so but you do you, right? So there you go. And we have hello Chanty. Thank you so much for dropping by, my friend. That is what I'm leaning towards, Shanna, said Vicky. Yes, Vicky, it's perfect. It's dye ink based though. Just a little bit of a review, okay, before I continue on. Okay, so when you say an ink printer has dye ink, that is the most vibrant. So if you want vibrancy, right, and it prints on a lot of surfaces, absolutely, and it's perfect for images, right? Images really, they really pop. Okay, but if you want like text sentiments, you want to foil, then that is the time that I really use, okay, a toner based printer. So I don't buy those like 3 5 in 1 thing because I really just need it for printing, and that is actually, my friends, very very affordable. Even the toner of those kinds of laser printers are very cheap. Okay, and then I do have also a pigment printer. So why do I have a pigment printer? All right, because I also do stickers. Okay. So the thing with dye based inks like our Eco Tanks is that if ever they get wet, they may bleed. Okay. But with pigment printers, even if, a liquid falls on it, as long as it's not alcohol, right, it will not bleed. The color will stay put. That's why it's best for stickers. So there you go. So it's up to you which one to get. Since yours truly cannot decide, I have all three. Right? So there you go. Okay, so going back, okay, to the chat before I actually do that. Okay, so you can say that like we don't have more paper than we will use in our lifetime. Jay, for those who are starting fresh. All right, love you, Jay. I miss you, my friend. Okay, because says she uses her Cricut just like me. Don't you have four? I think more. All right, were you live today? Probably. I just woke up probably a little late. It's fine. I just bought it, said Jay. Hi, Delise from Shanna. Did you like your pink card? Oh, you know what, Jay? Guys, do you know? Jay's Christmas card finally arrived the other day with a special note from the post office saying that we received this card with the flap already torn, the it's already opened, and it's dented, but it survived and it still arrived. So thank you so much, Jay. I really love it. I super appreciate it. I don't know what happened to your card. Okay, why? It was open, it was dented. Maybe somebody liked it and wanted to see what's inside, right? But at any rate, thank you so much, Jay, for that Christmas card. Oh, the pets one is awesome, right, Jay? Yeah. So if you are a dog lover or a cat lover, that bonus printable is awesome. Okay, and if you miss that, I know that there's a way for you to purchase that on the Cards by Kendra Patreon shop. It's still on Patreon. Yes. Okay, my kind of girl. High five, Vicky. At least they gave you an apology. Yes. It was like, I said, ooh, why is there another plastic? And then it was like a lengthy letter description. It's like, okay, we received this looking like this. And it took almost half a year to arrive. So there you go. It's the post office, right? Okay, here. So the list did an early mini live. She was almost, huh? Oh my goodness. The list, please take care. Oh my. Right? I'm so happy and blessed that you're better and you are okay, Dalis. All right. So guys, this is message to everyone. Take care. Ah, all right. Okay. Okay. So again, if you do have questions, my friends, just put it in the chat. Okay. This bonus printable for me is one of the most unique bonus printables that I have, seen Kendra make. Right. So, and it's amazing because, you get out of your comfort zone and try to create, something new with this, with a new theme and a new color theme that you normally don't work with, and that's with me, right? So again, for those who are new, I'm doing 15 cards based on Canvas Card Challenge 22, where we can create 15 cards with just 6 sheets of 6x6 pattern paper, and it runs from April 1 to June 30. Yes, you can absolutely join. All right, and these are the 15 amazing sketches for the cards that we are gonna be working with. All right, so let's start with sketch number one. Okay, so on top of, okay, preparing, so after you have cut, right? So I do have containers like this, but I actually started with just putting them on plastic baggies like this, right? Which is very affordable. The thing I like about putting them here is it's transparent, so you can see what is inside. And then I just put, what card sketch this one is for. And then some of us actually use, like envelopes. Right, so they put it in there, right? So used up scrap papers, whatever it is, just grab something where you can put all the elements of each of the cards based on the sketches on that one, so that when you have time, let's say while waiting for your kids to get picked up in school or your grandkids or whatever it is, or stuck in traffic, as long as you're not the one driving, probably can put this together. Now this is the system that I use. Okay, so I this is like a stackable tray that is again very affordable. I know that this is available for some of you even from like dollar stores and stuff. And then I put like tags. Whoop, whoop. There you go. That with the number of the sketch number. So 15, 14, 13. All right. So let's go back. Okay. So I put in the cut pieces from the pattern papers, and then from the mats and layers. So I actually, cut this one from the mats and layers, this one too. Okay. And then because it will tell you where you're supposed to put that strip for card 11, okay, 10, 9, and of course the card base as well is here already, and everything else you want to put in there, like maybe you want to put or add some blings, okay, what have you, yarn, faux gems, whatever it is that you want to put. I put them together in one container, whether it be again, a strip of a piece of plastic like this, or an envelope, whatever. Okay, as long as it will make things easier for you to find the different pieces of each of Okay, the card. So this is the complete set of all the 15 sketches. And so I like it in the sense that, it has it's a small footprint, but at the same time, um, it can just stay on the side. But having this one even has a smaller footprint because, it's you can even put all 15 in your bag, right? So again, whatever works with you, go ahead and use that. Okay. I even have, okay, for those who want to craft on the go with their Kendra's card challenge. Okay, I do have this. So what I did was to print out, okay, the bonus printable. All right. And then I cut it. Okay. And then I laminated it. Okay. So that I can just easily pull it out. Let's say just 3 and 4. I'll grab that and probably another from the back. Okay. And then after I'm done, I'm just going to put it back and then hang it on to over there. Okay. So future proofing, this is what I'm going to be doing already, because normally I would print them out and then I would like, where did I put it, right? I'm It's gonna get lost. So now I do it, this way. Okay, so if you want something that like that as well, yes, absolutely, you can do that. Okay, all right, so let me just go back to the chat before I finally okay start crafting. All right. Okay. Oh my goodness. I would be too, Dalise, if that happened to me. But I hope that you're better now. Relax first. I'm glad you're here. Just relax, okay, before you finally head off to sleep. Okay, from the 1900s. Oh, there you go, right? Because Delise also actually has a special series on her channel about that. Okay, Delise and I are, crafty spirit sisters, so to speak, because we love going through our, blast from the past materials, right? Yes, I like this one, said Jay. This is off topic, but I saw Kashi Printing changed their name. Yes, Jay. Yes. Okay. And I've been part of, that remake or reboot. Yes. Yikes. Yes, Shanna. I have to, Jay. When you have as much stuff as I have, okay, not because of anything. Remember, guys, I'm 52 years old and I've been crafting, almost as long as that. Okay, except when I was still a baby. So you can just, and I rarely de-stash. Normally I give away or I use it for kids and stuff. But I have issues with de-stashing. So I really have to be organized. Yes, that's very scary, said Kensha. Check your local libraries to print. Another great tip over here. Our library charges just 10 cents per color page, and the prints are absolutely beautiful. All right. So if you don't have a printer and you don't, probably one of the reasons you're thinking of, don't have use for a bonus printable because I don't have a printer. There you go. Delis has you covered. Just 10 cents a page. And you don't really need to print out everything immediately, right? Print as you use, so to speak. All right. So again, thank you so much, dear friends, for all the tips, advice. Keep them coming. All right. So let's start. By the way, tomorrow, my dear friends, we will be going live on Cards by Kendra's YouTube channel. So it's gonna be Kendra, of course, yours truly, Lynn and Sean. Lynn of LV Handcrafted and Sean of Manly Made Minute. Yes, it's that time of the month where we go live. And tomorrow, our topic will be what the community finds most difficult in terms of the sketch to somehow navigate. And we four will be crafting with those based on the poll that was made in the Patreon, where the members got to get to share which one do they want to have, what do you call, help with, or tips, more tips with. All right, so that's gonna be tomorrow. Okay, head on to Kendra's okay, let me see. Okay, Kendra's YouTube channel. Okay, where is, okay, I cannot find it's been a while. That's why yours truly, okay, is struggling a bit with, okay, cards by Kendra. This is very important, my dear friends. All right. So this one. Okay. So this is tomorrow, Wednesday. All right. So May 13th. I think this is going to be already tonight for you guys. It's my tomorrow morning and your later. Okay. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So, all right. I hope to see you there in the chat as well. Okay. Absolutely craft along with us if hopefully, okay, maybe this is also the sketch or sketches that you are struggling with as well. Feel free to join us in the live crafting as well. All right. So let's start with, okay, sketch number one. Yes, that's very true, Daliz, right? So this big libraries by big nice print machines. I was actually surprised that they even have I don't remember, I can't remember who said it, but they even have, some libraries have cutting machines, right? Some have Cricut, machines as well, or Brothers Gun and Cut. Okay, I know that in our community, uh, the librarian, okay, hold on. My brain. Okay, can you remember, friends? Okay, wait. Who is an actual librarian still? I know that Gretchen of Images by Gretchen used to be one. Okay, that's why her content, she combines crafting with reading books with tons of stories. Hold on, is this sketch number one? Okay, am I using the same sketch? Let me see. Okay, all right, let me look at. Okay, yes, it's correct. Whew, I thought I was doing the wrong thing. All right, so look at this paper. Right? So it has like a galaxy feel to it. Okay. Okay. Ah, okay. I can do this. You know how, when you can't, you don't want to say something or do something, but you can't remember what it is? Ah, okay. Forgot. Okay, there you go. That's such an amazing paper. Okay, again, these are all the papers that you would see here are almost exclusively, okay, from the bonus printable, even the solid ones. Okay, so this one, the mats and layer, it's part of the mats and layer. Okay, so the mats and layers are, pattern paper. I know, not pattern. Um, cardstocks that you will want to use, okay, so for your mats and the layers of your card. So those are normally solid, okay, cardstocks, normally in white or black or dark color. In anyway, that's how I do it. Okay, and then, okay, this one, everything has been cut. Look at that, it's so gorgeous, like a peacock feather, right? So okay, I'll put this together first. Okay, so this circle is a tad bigger because, I added a white space border because the die I used here is like a dotted die. All right, so this one, okay, I cut this part, okay, with the mats and layers. So as you can see, there is in this bonus printable, patterns that are kind of like solid as well already. And so that is the one that I am using, okay, for this one. So if you don't want to use solid, you can use pattern paper again. Feel free to, tweak the sketch any which way you want to. Okay, so there you go. So I was like, where is my sentiment? Okay, so there you go. Okay, so it goes like that. Now, if you want, you can even, okay, lift this up a bit. Okay, I do want a bit of a, not too much. Okay, just a low profile. Okay, foam tape will do. Okay, and this one. Okay, the circle one is such an easy one to use. So I like that. Okay. And if you're looking for perfection, that's not me. But I make things done, right? So despite, okay, there you go. Okay. So you see, look at the vibrant colors, of this card. All right. So now I want to, okay, see how I'm going to put this sentiment. So I want to remember that green one. So I kind of want to follow that pattern. All right. And put it over there. So it is not, okay, exactly in the middle. Okay. And then maybe let's correct the angle. Okay. Like so. All right. And then this one a little bit there. Okay. And then we will just put a little bit of adhesive like so. There. You're a classic work of art. All right. So that's our card number 1. Okay. So once once you have all, excuse me, once you have all the different pieces, right? So let's just put that back on its container. So later on, it's easy to pull it out again. Okay. Let me just grab or remove all the things that are needed on my table. Okay. So that, okay, it's not cluttered. Okay, moving on to card number 2. If you do have any questions, just put it in the chat. I'd be happy to answer, or probably some of our dear friends in the chat who are most, all right, already seasoned cards, Kendra's Card Challenge participants. And some are also part of the design team. All right, so there you go. So for card sketch number 2, my friends, so this is what it looks like. Okay, just looking for my mouse again. This mouse is missing. Kendra knows my struggle because when you have 3 monitors, right? So, okay, there you go. It's card sketch number 2. Okay, so I have both the digital in front of me, okay, and my actual printed one and laminated one over there. All right, so that one, that one. So everything you see here has been cut by either the mats and layers and the main papers. I use, okay, my Cricut maker. Okay, so again, a tip, public libraries sometimes even have those, and you can have it cut. Okay, just bring your paper, okay, and your files, and they can actually cut it for you. All right, so there, that's the main sketch. Look at that. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like. So for this part, it's supposed to be just a plain, suggested is a plain white, but this is one of the patterns in the bonus printable that I really, really love. If I am not I don't have if I don't have like appointment later on, I would love to go live with you for as long as I can and actually start coloring this and make it look like stained glass, right? This is beautiful. But for now, I will use it as is. Okay. And then to decorate it, I will finish it off with this image from the bonus printable as well, which I this time around cut with a circle die. Look at that. It's not perfect, right? So there's that white thing over there. So don't worry. You can always, if you are okay with a little bit of imperfection, this can go as is where is. But if you were bothered by that excess white border over there, okay, then you can just simply follow that round edge, okay, to remove that white thing. Okay, or you can even have, like, if you have a black marker. Okay, hold on. Let me just grab some of my black markers over here. Let me just grab a black one. Okay, all right, maybe this one. Okay, so grab one that's a brush. Okay, and then just glide through the side like so. Okay, so whatever imperfection, white side or corner or border, okay, you don't like showing, will now be covered. There you go. Okay, so that's one thing you can do again. So don't worry about imperfections. It's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. It will happen, my friends. Definitely will. Okay, finally got myself. Okay, but I struggle opening it. See, I think that no matter what kind of adhesive you give me, I will struggle with it. All right, but this is, I have difficulty with grabbing stuff. So this is very light. Okay. And the refill is a little bit cheaper. Okay. Than the other one that most of you use. So finally, I have one that, I can use that I don't need to change um, or put the refill every, what do you call this, every but for now it's faster and easier to do this. Okay, okay, I almost made a mistake over there, friends. Okay, so there you go. Okay, that excess white. Okay, so am I doing this correct? Yes. So normally what I would do is, before I actually put that adhesive on, okay, and stick it, is make sure that I have more or less an idea of where things are to be placed. And the thing about the liquid glue, though it, you know, um, adheres permanently, you do have a little bit of a wiggle room, so to speak, before it dries out completely. Right. So there, and of course, it's much of more affordable than the one with the tape runners. Okay. So how about you, friends? What are your favorite, or what are your go-to adhesives, so to speak? Right. So I know we do have, individual preferences, right? But sometimes when you just want to change things, or you want to, check out some alternatives, it's nice to also, oh, I've never tried that, right? Or maybe I've seen that, maybe I want to try it. So our friend suggestions are really nice. So look at that sketch, that's the sketch, and over there, that's the sketch. So I do want, okay, so by now you see that most of my cards, scrapbook, I work, whatever it is, I my staples. Okay, I have a sentiment and I have a focal point. So that is a staple for me anyway. That's me. Okay, it doesn't have to be what resonates with you. Go for that, my friends. All right. So if you want to follow the sketch exactly with this one, you are done. As you can see, okay, everything here is part of the bonus printable for the month of May. All right. So, and then I want to put, okay. Do you see that? I attached it the wrong way. But don't worry. Option. You can cut that, attach it to another card panel, but it's going to be thicker. Or, you know what? Twist the sketch. All right. And put it like so. Ta-da! Right? So, happy accident, so to speak, right? Yes. All right. And then you can just put this one. Your kindness shines through. All right. So there you go. Okay. So instead of, fishtails, where I normally struggle with, unless it's a die. That's why, Lynn's ultimate die and the one and done die are amazing because it makes having those fishtails perfectly even. Otherwise, I do it something like this. Right? So a mistake turned into another great opportunity for a new sketch. Supposed to be like this, but you see what happened, right? Ding! Just turn it around, my friend. You still have an awesome sketch. All right, so that's sketch number 2. All right, so where did I put it? Where did your shoe put? Okay, number 2. Okay, now we're moving on to card number 3. Okay, let me see first. Okay. Oh, we have Jamie. Let me see. Okay, I'm trying to convince my boss to get a cutter. All right, so my nanny is giving me breakfast. All right, go Delise, you can do it. Convince thy boss. Yes, and the list. Okay, Jay just messaged you. Okay, playing 5 rules game. What's that? Okay, guys, tell me what that one is. Okay, and of course we have Jamie. Hello, hello, Jamie. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Jamie saying hi to everyone. Lala was bad and got me to buy another not too shabby. Yes, because they're not exactly the same, but both are very useful, right? So the one and done die and the ultimate sentiment die by LV Handcrafted. The other one's by Teresa, okay, the designer. And of course, we have Christy. Christy, thank you so much, Christy, for all your posts. I am enjoying for somebody who is not able to go to these events, and also to Jay sharing your, the food, the crafting, the friends. It's amazing. It really makes me want to, really save up and go there someday. I really like the etch stamp illustrations you used this month. There you go. Line Co and ATG tape. There you go. It's very heavy, Jay. That's why I cannot. Foam occasionally. But I like thinner foam, so it's easier to make. Exactly. These are low profile, not the very thick one. Yes. Or reinterpret the sketch. Yes. Thank you so much, Jay, for all the comments. Okay. Alala special edition for sketch number 2. All right. See, Jamie has done that, and I'm sure you guys have done that as well many times over. I'd want to color the stained glass exactly, Jay. So that paper, that image, I actually printed more than all the other images. It's just that for today, yours truly schedule is really really tight because I have relatives coming from Canada, and this is the only day that they are able to meet up. So you won't be disappointed in that die, Jay. I use those strips on everything. All right, yes, because you can actually die cut it first and then stamp the sentiments or stamp the sentiment that coordinates with that die, and then you use the die. So, so many ways to actually use it. All right. Okay. Okay. Breakfast is here. See, my breakfast is like a chocolate drink with a little bit of cereal in it, but not now. Okay, so I'll probably do that later so we can move on along. All right, so now doing card sketch number 3. There you go. There on top. The physical one. Chanan. Why is there a sticker? Because remember, my dear friends, that we actually did this. Okay, where did I put them? Where did I put the cards? Okay, I actually placed the cards. Okay, where did I put the cards? Okay, so later I'm gonna show you that we for the month of April. Okay, so I was assigned 4 sketches. So that was 3, 4, I think 13 and 14. Okay, so that's why there's that still there, so I can easily see it. All right, so I'll show you my first set, and then I'll show you the second set that's for the month of May that I am doing. It's just, I'm going around like this because my, oh my, I can't remember where I placed the full sets. I actually put them here before I, okay, slept last night. Okay, but then again, it's okay. Move along, move along. Uh, oh, there you go. See, it's at the back. See, this was okay. So if you want to check this out, okay, this live stream was is available on Cards by Kendra's YouTube channel. That was the live stream for KCC22 last May, right? So this was sketch number 3 and 4 and 13, 14. I used the what do you call this? The card mystery card making kit sampler for these cards. All right. Okay, and this is the first set, okay, that I did for KCC22, and this one I use the bonus printable for the month of April. Okay, there you go. So I like using my bonus printables, okay, in making my full sets. So these are now the pieces, okay, for card sketch number 3. All right. So now I'm gonna make sure that my card base is going to open up the right way. Because what happened earlier was it was like, so it has to face that way. All right. So these are the different pieces. Okay. And then, of course, I chose these 2 sets, okay, of amazing paper, okay, to use for this one. Again, this one's meant to be just plain white paper. But since I really love this, all right, I'm trying to use it in, instead of black, white background, I am using that stained, paper look. And then you have this 3 strips, okay, of paper. All of this different strips, my friends, I use an SVG file to cut. You don't need to, okay, if you don't have it, but if you do have, an electric cutting machine like a Cricut maker, or a Cricut, sorry, not a maker, just a Cricut machine, okay, a Brothers Gun and Cut or a Cameo, then definitely you can use those SVG files. Otherwise, yes, just scissors, paper trimmers, you're good to go. All right, so this is what it would look like. Okay. The reason I do this before I actually put them together, so that I also would know sometimes, there might be missing pieces. So before you actually start, just check. Okay. Do you have everything, okay, set already? All right. And then you have the light and love. As you can see, it has a smaller border than what is on the sketch, simply because I wanted to have that kind of, dotted border on the side of my light and love circle. Okay, and this goes like there in the middle, and then truly one of a kind. Okay, again, okay, so for all the sentiments for this one, we're not using fishtails. All right, so there you go. And now it's just a matter of putting things together. Okay, so all the cards for today, okay, won't have blinks. Okay, I will put the blinks later on. That's another thing that's a little bit of a staple for yours truly. So sometimes when I put together my card, I do it like, from the outside going in or from the bottom going up. Sometimes it's top going down, right? So it doesn't matter, it's up to you. But there are some sketches, okay, that I would advise that you start first from the top going down. Okay, so especially sketches where you can have like an overhang or an overlap. Okay, that would it's best to start with, the topmost layer going down. Okay, I'll show you in a little while as we go through, okay, some of those sketches. All right, so, okay. Okay, well, how much? Okay, so this is about an eighth of an inch border on all sides. The paper I used for printing is a little bit thick. So sometimes I need to, flatten it a bit, the sides. Okay. Just a tad. Okay, there you go. Okay. So it's easier to paste it. Cordelia, there you go. Finally, I remember our dear friend in the community who is actually, okay, part of the library system. I just don't know exactly where. Absolutely, probably where she is. Okay, I think she's Georgia, right? So, and she has mentioned to us in the past that yes, okay, some libraries, okay, have, electric cutting machines. All you need to do is just bring your paper, okay, and then your file, and they will cut it for you, right? So there you go. You don't even need to have or to buy a printer unless you actually want to. Okay, so it is an option, okay, but not a must, okay, because there are many ways for you to use this bonus printables. Okay, you can have them printed. Okay, you can print it on your own. The nice thing about this though is if you need to work on some more projects, make more cards, you have already the file. And if you need more of a specific paper, then you can absolutely print some more. Again, that's one of the things that I like about, these things. Again, those are depends on, your use, your need. Okay, there are many ways that you would probably want to use, bought pattern paper, and that's absolutely okay. So yes, normally if it's the I like, okay, see, it's a low profile, okay, foam tape. It's not the thick one. Because yes, shipping cost, it's more expensive when it's thicker, but this kind, I know that they don't really charge too much extra for this one. Okay, the only problem now is how long or when it actually arrives. Okay, so there you go, just eyeballing things up. Okay, there you go. Light and love. Although there is already a sentiment there. So you can actually, stop with that. So probably I'll use this for another one. Okay. So let me see. It opens up correctly this time. There you go. Light and love. Right? So that's card number 3. Moving on to card number 4. All right. Let me just check the chat. Okay. And Kendra, I use that dye a ton. Yes. And also Kendra makes sure that in the sentiment part of the bonus printable, there are those, strips, sentiment strips that you can always use, the dye for. Hi, Kendra from Jamie. And hi, Jamie from Dalise. All right. Okay. This is now card number 4. Okay. Okay, move it up a bit. Okay. So this is number 4. All right. So, okay. So that's the sketch over here. All right. And this is this one. All right. So this one could be okay, so um a little bit confusing, can be, okay, depending on how you look at it, but actually it's pretty easy. All right, so you just okay, do that. Okay, so I do have, okay, these are my paper A. Okay, so I want that and that. So that's the one that I do first. Okay, I want to have that even border over there. Okay, and then also over here. Okay, and then, yeah, you've seen me doing this, right, all the time. Okay, and then over there. Okay, so that's paper B. Okay, so you get to choose which paper, okay, you want to use. Okay, so there you go. Okay, and then I will just adjust. Okay, and then this one, okay, remember there's a circle, so don't worry. Okay, and then this one, okay, over there like so. Okay, and if I'm good with that, then I will, okay, glue them together. Okay. And then this one, I decided to use, okay, the oval one, but the background or the mat is a circle one. Okay. But, it looks okay still, right? It's a kind of nice, different kind of look. All right. So now we're going to, okay, start gluing things. Okay. So let's start with the square on top. Okay, so that's the first piece. Again, as you can see, okay, I have this, eyeballing things around first. Okay. Okay, and then this is the next one that I would use. So for this one, okay, I would put this one. Okay. If you're very OC, you can use a T ruler, okay, at the side of that one, okay, so that you know where to actually put your next one. Again, if you're only on, you kind of like things to be like super even, okay, you can do that. All right, so the OCness in yours truly's way of doing things kicking in. So I just want to make sure that I am okay with this one. Okay, finally, before I actually put it in. Okay, or finalize it. There you go. All right, so this is my second layer. Again, the nice thing about this one is unless you stick it really, really, what do you call this, hard, then it'll become permanent. So normally I don't, so that I'll still have a little bit of a wiggle room, so to speak. Okay. So there you go. Okay. This one goes next. Okay, so how about you guys? Okay, so this is the way I do it. Okay, it doesn't have to be this way, my friends. Okay, so it's okay to have a different way of doing things. But if you're kind of like, how do they do that? Okay, so this is how I do it, my friends. Okay, so again, since it's, not yet, I didn't really stick it permanently just yet. I can still, have a little bit of a wiggle room, so to speak, before I finally stick this one. And this will be the last layer that I put. Okay, so if you do things differently, that's absolutely fine. And feel free, to share with us how you actually do some of, prepare some of this. And this one, you just align with this. Okay. And it has to be a little bit lower than this one. Okay. But still have that, you know, okay, over there. Okay. Still have to be a little bit on top, but flush to the side of this one. There you go. Okay. And now it's just a matter of, putting this circle, okay, onto, okay, it's not actually perfectly aligned like so. Okay, so it's a little bit offset towards this side, like so. Okay, so for the mats and layers, I actually used a liquid glue, and just like what I did with the others, okay, I will be using a foam, low profile foam tape for this one. Okay. Okay. All right. Ta-da! Looks looks like an eye, right? So you combine an oval with a circle, right? And then you can just use faux gems later on to decorate it. All right. There you go. That's card number 4. Okay, let's go back to the chat and check. All right, let me see. Uh Okay, Vicky said it's been great hanging out with you, but got to say good night. Good night, Vicky. Yes, thanks for coming. I know it's a bit late, right? Okay, that's why I try to go as early as I can, right? So it's not too late for you guys. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let's go back. Now we're on card sketch number 5. All right, there you go. Number 5. All right, so for number 5, okay, let us go to sketch number 5. Okay, so that's the sketch. Oh, another fun sketch. All right, there you go. All right, so let's check. Okay, the opening. Okay, so it's like this. Okay, check. Check. All right, and then we have our sentiment strip. Okay, and I'm going to be using this part as my focal point, and my sentiment would go over the focal point like so. And then on this one, it's a, what do you call this? A vertical. Okay, hold on. Okay. So it's going to be a vertical one. So what I do is, okay. So remember, this one is supposed to go on top of this one based on the sketch, right? Okay, so this is basically the top of your card. Okay, base can be the bottom mat of your card. So to put these things together, I do have this okay, a piece of paper. Okay, doesn't even have to be like a heavy cardstock. Just something that you can put all the different pieces on. All right, like so. Okay, and then you will just add this and then this. Okay, and then whatever is in excess, you just cut and then you put that finished one over there. Okay, to finish it off. So I find that it is, easier to do this and less mistakes, right? Because if that is your actual card base and you make a mistake, um, that would cost you a card base, right? So it's easier, okay, or more flexible, not easier, but more flexible if you have something like, just a strip of paper. This can even be, just a, what do you call that? Just scrap paper that you have, because it will be covered anyways, right? So there you go. And then, okay, this one is gonna go like so. All right. So for this one, okay, so you can go from top going down to the bottom like so. Okay. Okay. Or you can go like that. Okay. So it's up to you. Okay. So for me, for this one, I want to do both edges first. Okay. So that those elements in the middle, I can, kind of tweak to place them in the center. But let's say if you start going up, down, okay, whatever is excess on the bottom, you can easily cut it off anyways. Okay. Okay, and then this strip is longer because this is diagonal, right? So no worries, because you can always do it like so. Okay, and I will put the other, okay, diagonal strip. Okay, so if you have those strips from, Love by Lizzie, and you have that color, that could also be a great option. Wait a minute, do I have it here? Right? So some of her like strips like this, right? If you have like the green one, okay, again, it's up to you if you want to use them. If you have it, then it would make things even easier. And if you have that specific color that you need, okay. All right. So this is what I'm saying sometimes. Okay, there's a little bit of a gap. So that's why I got start from top and bottom so that this one I can easily, center still. Okay. Or if you don't want to have, gaps or things like that to happen, what you do is top or bottom, then go up or go down. Okay, whatever is in excess, you can cut from here. But anyway, this is how I do things. All right. So, but you have different options. Which one is easier for you? Go for that. Okay. Okay. So there you go. Okay. And then the excess on this side. Okay, I will just, you can use a paper trimmer if you want. Okay, but for me, for this time, I'm just eyeballing things. All right, just removing all the pieces. And there you go. All right, so it's up to you. I want the stained green glass on top, just making sure that it opens up the right way. All right, so this is basically the sketch, and you're supposed to just like put a sentiment over there, and you are done. Okay, but since the bonus printable has this beautiful, beautiful stained glass with an image of a bird, I want to use it like so over there. All right, and then, okay, put my sentiment over like so. Okay, there you go. So for this one, let's just make it stay flat. Okay, because this is quite big. That would entail a lot of foam tape. And so let's not do that. Okay, so the very few times, okay, that okay. This is one of the things instead of a what do you call that? Instead of a fishtail one, you can just have like a diagonal. Uh, okay, I'm thinking if I'm gonna put it this way or do it that way. All right, let's just go with the flow. There you go. And finally, okay, just attach this to your card base like so. So with having like a mat to put everything first on before adding it into your card base, you can easily make, tweaks if there needs to be some corrections that needs to be done on the borders or on the side. Look at that beautiful, beautiful pattern, right? Stained glass look. Okay, piece by piece, you are beautiful. Amazing sentiment as well. All right, so that's card number 5. We're moving on to card number 6. All right, so far, my friends, is there something, okay, or a sketch that actually kind of, talks to you or resonates with you? But can you saying bye to Vicky? Jay, I sent you a message. Right, Vicky? Hi, Alyssa. Hello, hello. Thanks for dropping by, my friend. Yes, so some of our dear friends are off to bed and some are just, dropping by just now. Thank you so much, friends. We are on card number 6. Yes, I'm doing all 15 cards. So if you are heading off to bed, absolutely. You can always watch on replay. Thank you so much for dropping by. This is going to be quite a long live stream because I am finishing all 15 cards. All right. So for this sketch, we are doing sketch number 6. Okay. So this is that one. Okay. And all right. So this one. Okay, so this is the reason why I kind of started a little late because I forgot to put those sketches on the screen. All right, Kendra would resonate. Okay, for this one, it's a landscape card. Okay, so making sure that I have my perspective right this time before I start. I really love, this green pattern paper, set of pattern paper from this month's bonus printable. Yes, this is part of Candace Card Challenge bonus printable for the month of May. All right. So again, this is not my usual color palette, but I am happily surprised that, Kendra actually created this one because it brought me out of my comfort zone, right? And that would go in the middle like so. You know how sometimes or oftentimes you resonate with the things that you're, normally comfortable with. And so that's another thing I like about bonus printable is that if you want to, you know, um try out new things, okay, things that you normally don't go to. Okay, so going through the bonus printables where whether it be the color or the actual theme itself, right? So it's nice to have that ability to have different kinds of color themes and palettes to work with, so you no longer need to think. All right, so there you go. I'm okay with what I see. All right. So this is like a 1 and a 16th. Okay. In between. Okay. And this one would go perfectly flush towards the side of that one. Okay. So this is another that I am, I kind of struggle with the cutting when there's a diagonal. And since this is, I did this with the bone, with the SVG rather, right? So the cut is Perfect. But definitely you can do this by hand. No need for the SVG files, my friend. Again, joining Kendra's Card Challenge is absolutely free. But if you do want more perks, more awesomeness, okay, that comes with the challenge, definitely head on to the different membership tiers that Kendra has. And she has a ton of amazing videos, shorts, long form videos on her channel as well. And of course, feel free to check out, the takes and the makes of the different members of the design team, right? So it this is such a fun community to be with. Feel free to ask questions in the FB group. And if you are in the all access, or right now it's called the VIP, I mean the platinum. I'm still reverting to the old one, the platinum and the gold. I think, is it the gold? Yes. Okay, my daughter is asking if she can eat the cinnamon, right? So let's do this one. So I'm just going to, you know, um, put a adhesive onto the body of this butterfly so that I can lift up the flap a little bit. Of course, when you mail it, obviously it's going to be flat anyways, but hopefully they'll figure out that you can do it like that and play along, with it. Okay, so find beauty in the pieces. Okay. And I find that this kind of like the diagonal edges kind of resonates with the stained glass kind of effect rather than the fishtail. There you go. I find beauty in the pieces, right? All right. So that is number 6. All right. So moving on to number 7. Okay, but let me just first check the chat. All right. Thank you, Kendra. Okay, I'm watching on YouTube rather than FB. All right, thank you, Alyssa. So now Alyssa was on Facebook earlier and she decided to move on to YouTube. Okay, there you go. Hashtag neon. Yes, the least knows I struggle with neon big time. But, with this bonus printable, it's okay because everything is coordinated. Hi, Kat. Good morning. Yes, Katrina is actually another awesome paper crafter here in the Philippines. So she's saying good morning. Yes, because it's morning still here in the Philippines. It's actually 8:58 a.m. So for you guys on the eastern side of the US or Canada, you are 8:58 p.m. Okay, exactly 12 hours apart. Okay, so making sure again this time that this one is opening up straight, and we are now on card sketch number 7. All right, so I will show you what I did with this sketch, okay, in my previous what do you call this set, my first set. But for today, okay, I will just keep it really simple. So that's the sketch and that's the sketch. So whichever you want to, okay, choose to look at. So I would normally again play around with the sketch first, okay, and then check how everything will play out. All right, so that's it. Okay. So all the different ones. So it's the, okay. So it is, okay. I think, okay. So this one. Okay. There you go. All right. Okay. So that's how it's going to look like. Okay. And then it has this kind of a pinwheel effect. So initially I chose this. It's green on green, but then since the design and the color is very similar, so I decided to do like a more contrasting color, okay, to be able to showcase that pinwheel effect. All right. So in my last live stream where I showed this, I forgot who mentioned it in the chat, but one of the in the comment, the suggestion was, you know what, Mommy Lala, I actually attached this one first, okay, before I attach the whole thing. So she says that it's kind of easier that way. So I said, okay. So let's do the suggested okay. So in this time I am just actually attaching things. Okay, I mean the pinwheel, the triangles, okay, onto the strips of pattern paper that I have chosen for this one. Okay. And I will show you the tweak I did for the first during the creation of the first set. Okay, that I did for this one. Okay, I can still see the green. Okay, move down, move. All right, so just a tad. All right, okay. All right, so it's gonna be like that. Okay, so let's start assembling it. Okay, just making sure that everything is aligned. Okay, and then, okay, I will put, okay, probably that's where we will put the sentiment, truly one of a kind, over there on one of the sides. Okay, so normally, if you have like a big what do you call this, white space like that, that's plain, I normally would what do you call this, use dry embossing folder, like for example, like say like this, okay, to give it a little bit of a texture. Okay, but for now we will just keep it really really basic. But I will show you a little bit of a tweak that I did and created for this one. Okay, so this one sits on top of this. Okay, so this is the one that I am working with. Okay, making sure that it actually would be sitting on top of that one. Okay, and then I would do this. Okay, this one flushed, okay, to the edge of that one, going down. Okay, and then the third one, okay, is the left side, which goes flushed onto this one and that. Okay, so that you have your, pinwheel effect, and then of course this one. Okay. All right. So there goes your pinwheel. All right. So I see a little bit of a gap over there. So I would just trim off that one. Sometimes when you cut our bases, right, or mats, okay, so it's like this. Oops, this one needs a little bit more adhesive. There you go. All right. Okay, and then we will now adhere everything onto our card base like so. Okay. Just making sure that everything lays flat. I know I saw one that is a little bit out. Okay, you know what? It's okay. Okay, because what we can do is, because I know I still have that gem from faux gem from not too shabby. Okay, that was here. Oh, there you go. Ta-da! All right, so we will use that. Okay, as okay, so for the middle of oh, where is it? Oh, there you go. So for the middle of our okay pinwheel, because I have it and it's perfect for that. Ta-da! It finishes off that pinwheel effect of this beautiful card. This is actually one of my favorite sketches for Kendra's Card Challenge 22, right? And then I would do this one. Okay. Okay. All right. There you go. Okay. This one isn't a low profile one. It's a little bit thicker because I don't have any more the this size. All right. So and then I'll put it over here. Truly one of a kind. Ta-da! But I didn't dry emboss this, but this one's actually, a shiny, very elegant kind of paper, right? So it still has that, umph, so to speak. All right. So there you go. That's card sketch number 7, one of my favorite sketches. Okay, for Kendra's Card Challenge number 22. All right, so moving on to card sketch number 8. Okay, halfway through, my friends. Yes, we're halfway through. This is card sketch number 8. When you see something like this, like a heart, big circle, okay, always read any large shape object or word die. So that is basically just a placeholder, right? But since for the SVG, okay, I'm using the SVG, though there is really an SVG for that heart shape. Okay, and that's what I'm gonna be doing for today. So these are all the different elements. All right, so some of the images on this bonus printable, okay, like this one, okay, I just fussy cut by hand. Okay, the rest are okay by the machine. Okay, so again, we have this one, okay, which is a 4 by 5 and a quarter to stand as a base. Okay, because this sketch, has several layers, diagonal. So again, normally when I have diagonals on the sketch, I have a base so that whatever I put it first here instead of cutting it when it's already on the card base. Okay, so I have a mat where I put it on, and then whatever is in excess, you can easily cut later on. So let's put in the different strips. Okay, based on the sketch, there's the sketch. Okay, so you have two kinds, a digital and the physical one. All right, so oops, this is a what do you call this? Landscape card. Okay. And then you have this part. And then you have, okay, this part. And then you have that. Okay. So these are the different, okay, papers. Okay. And then, of course, the heart goes in the middle. Okay. It normally is just the heart. But since I actually used the same paper for the heart and this one, to make it stand out, I just, added a black mat and then just fussy cut it, okay, by hand. And that's it. Now it, kind of pops out still. And then I will put in, my vines like so. And then the sentiment will go on top. Okay, your love illuminates my world. All right. So if this one, I want to, if ever I do this one again, this is going to be like some of it will have yellow, like light passing through the stained glass kind of thingy, right? So again, I love this, the pattern of that one. And then I will just snip off everything in excess of this one. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, and as a reminder, guys, if you have not yet set notified or if you missed the announcement, okay, tomorrow morning for me, all right, and that's later tonight for you guys. Yes, so Kendra, together with some members of the team for KCC22, includes yours truly, of course, our team lead, Lynn, okay, of LV Handcrafted, and Sean of Manly Made Minutes, okay, will be on Kendra's channel for this month's live stream for Kendra's Card Challenge 22. And we are going to be focusing for tonight, okay, or for tomorrow morning for the Philippines or Eastern, Southeast Asia, we are going to be working on sketches from Candace Card Challenge 22 that the community, finds a little bit tricky, so to speak, right? So, how do we do it? Okay. So, hopefully, that would help, inspire you. Okay. If you kind of, struggle with some of the sketches, okay, don't worry, because there is always, a way. And if, whatever you see either from any of us four works with you best, then go for that, right? And hopefully, if you also have, a thing that you've realized works best with that sketch, yes, feel free, okay, to share that. So you see, okay, that there are overhangs, okay, on this one. So if you directly put it here, it's gonna be hard to snip it off. So have a base, kind of like this. All right, so for this one, I find that it's best to just, put the adhesive onto that actual mat, and then just, put in the paper like so. That's it, right? So sometimes, you know because my hands are very weak. It doesn't have, that much power as when I was younger. So I sometimes use that to make sure that everything is adhered and is flattened out, especially when you're working with, thicker cardstocks. They sometimes have the tendency to kind of, what do you call this, roll, so to speak. So to flatten it, I kind of use that. So you still have those. What do you do with those? For me, I like this one's a little still bigger, but the very small ones, yes, I will throw that out, and the bigger ones I will keep, right? So for future, okay, projects, you can put inside your card or what have you, right? So those goes onto the side. All right, so there you go. So now, all right, so let's attach, okay, this, okay, my heart, not my physical heart, but my paper heart. All right, so like so. Okay, and then I will put in the vines. Let me see, or do I want to do it like that? No, I will really want to put it here. Okay, as an added element. Okay. Okay. Ta-da! All right. And then finally, my sentiment goes on top. Okay. All right. So this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Right? It's so nice to work with this bonus printable. As I said, my favorite perk is the bonus printable, followed by, okay, of course, on the paid Patreon at the specific levels, right? So this one, and then the mystery card making kits. Okay, there has been changes as well on that one, friends. So if you need to check that out, please do so. Okay, on Kendra's Patreon, if you missed some of the announcements, right? So, ta-da! Okay, but that's just the, okay, then it goes on top of, okay, let me see, where's the opening? Okay, because we might make another mistake. All right, there you go. It's amazing, when I work with these sketches and the cards, it's like, how does Kendra come up with the sketches? Right? For the life of me. Like, wow. Right. So sometimes it doesn't really resonate with you just yet, but when you put in the papers and all the elements, it's like, wow. Right. So number 9. Okay. We're now on sketch number 9, my friends. Are you still there? All right. So if you are, okay, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel and you like what you're seeing thus far, we do make a lot of cards and paper crafting projects here in the channel, videos, live streams. All right, so feel free, okay, to hit that notification bell as well so you get notified whenever I do have new content available. All right. Of course, tomorrow we are going live on Kendra's channel. And at the last Monday of every month, all right, so I go live, okay, for Twist It Mondays on the Not Too Shabby Shop. All right, so I hope that you could set notify all of those so you can get a chance to actually check out that one as well, where I turn like one sketch into several different tweaks. All right. So this one, okay, let us, did I change the sketch already? All right. So there it is. It's going to look like this. All right. So this one, Kendra does have a note for everyone. Okay, let me see what is happening. Okay. Okay, there you go. The holes on my laminated sketches are so small. I need to maybe make it a little bit bigger. So you see that this one, there's that one, paper B, and then the two same paper, and then same, and then another set of, or paper A, okay, or a different pattern. Now, sometimes you know how it is with diagonals are really tricky, right? So depending on how you kind of cut it or how you actually created the angle, right? So sometimes you might not be able to put in that last strip of paper over there. Don't get frustrated because that's just a suggestion. All right. We do cut differently, sometimes measure differently, but the feel and the intent is there. You're good to go. Right. So if you end up only up to here, it's okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. So this one, okay, that long strip of paper onto the left, I will put that last. All right. So I will first work with, okay, so this is me working top to bottom. All right. And then I will do like that. So this is diagonal. So it will follow the angle, okay, of this one. Okay. Mathematics, like the hypotenuse. All right. And then this one. Okay. So the edge of that one, make sure that it is aligned to that. Definitely this one will be covered already. Don't worry about this side because this one will be covered anyways later on. All right. And then we put in the next paper. Again, to make sure that this will also be covered, I always align on this side, okay, the right side, and then the paper A. All right, so it will look like that. And then, okay, another paper B. Okay, and then this one, the paper C, like so. All right, so it's going to look like that. So like you to see this one, I will not be able to put this part again, but it doesn't matter. It's okay. All right. So, and then I will just cover it with this one. So that's how and then the circle part will be this. Look at that stained glass dragonfly. Right? When I was young, my friends, I used to catch dragonflies because it's easy to catch dragonflies. And we love playing with dragonflies. When it's summertime and we get to go to our grandma in we call it province. Okay, so that's outside the city. And we would stay the summer there. So we'd get the opportunity to play, with nature. Because there's a ton of nature stuff to do over there. That's where I learned how to ride a bike, climb trees, which I can no longer do. Right? So there you go. And then you just move on to the next one. Okay, again, when I adhere it, I make sure that the topmost is adhered and flushed to the side, making if that is so, then this one definitely you'll have enough. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay, doing so, definitely this side, so you see it's not even, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, because that will be covered anyway later on, right? So don't worry about trying to figure things out, how to, make it straight and all of those things. Don't worry about it because remember that's going to be covered anyway. The one that you need to make sure is that this side, though, okay, you need to make sure that that white, okay, that side, okay, won't be seen. Okay, and then finally, the last two pieces. Okay, before we finally, all right, this one. Okay, like so. So you see you have those excess. Okay. All right. And then now I will just put this one later and you will see, ta-da! It's like perfectly straight. How did you do that? It's magic though. Just put it on top, right? But first, okay, so if you have a paper trimmer, you can easily, put that on your paper trimmer and then cut all of this hanging pieces of paper, okay, in one swoop. Or if you don't have a paper trimmer, no worries. As long as you have a pair of scissors like so, you're good to go. And then you can still use that, but these are too small. This I will throw already. Or if you want, you can put it inside of your card. Okay. There you go. Right? So sometimes it's like when colors like this vibrant and some of are like kind of neon looking, right? Just like, oh, I got scared. But with a guide of a sketch, like, Kendra's Card Challenge 22, I no longer am afraid. Right? The courage, okay, is there. All right. So let me see, check if it's correct. Okay, opens up like that. Good. All right. So this is card sketch number. What is this one? Number 9 again, my friends. All right. So sometimes card sketches can be a little bit tricky, but once you get to, find that, oh, so that's a better way, or that's a nicer way to do it. So that's why we like watching others, share how they do things. Because sometimes, there are others find an easier way, okay, to make things or to assemble things. Again, that doesn't mean that the way she does it is the best. No, whatever resonates with you best or most. That's why we are going to be sharing tomorrow, okay, some of our own takes, okay, on how we create, some of the sketches. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's so gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right. And then, okay, rule of thirds, cut it into, vertical like this. And then where those vertical and horizontal lines meet is where you want to put your focal point. Okay. That is aesthetically more pleasing, as they say in the art world. And so that's not by me. Okay. So it's a thing that people follow to make things more interesting. Oop. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that one. All right, so okay, there you go. All right. See, that's a rule of thirds, so to speak, right? And then, okay, you can do stay brilliant. Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, I might kind of add this onto the mix. Oh, I should have added this a while ago, right? If I wanted it to. No, I think it's better here. So I will just eyeball things. Okay, I want it to be kind of part of, all right, that diagonal kind of look. All right, so, all right, so done. Okay, and then I will just eyeball things around. Hopefully this works. You are okay. Okay, like that. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, and then so this one will be, let me see. There you go. There. Okay. Or maybe I can. There you go. See, that's an even better tweak. See? Uh, go with the flow. Sometimes I do that as well, right? So nothing planned, just an idea. Okay, an inspiration. And as you move along, sometimes it changes, and that's fine. See, this is how it's difficult when it's already, attached to the paper. That's why if you have a mat, it's easier to tweak things a bit. All right, so I kind of overcut that one. So I'm kind of moving it. All right, so there you go. There you go. All right, but it doesn't look nice in the camera. Okay, let me see. All right, there you go. Stay brilliant. Ta-da! This is number 9. All right. Okay, let me just go back in the chat because I haven't forgotten you, my dear friends. Absolutely not. All right. And we have Shelly. Hi, Shelly. Sorry for the late. Hi. And Reagan. Reagan is here. I want to show you, my dear friend Reagan. I was inspired by Reagan's calendar. So I actually already have printed my friend. Oh, I can't see. Okay, I am in the process of making this, calendar. Okay, taught to us by dear Reagan. All right. So again, thank you so much for dropping by. Everybody saying hi to everybody. And Shanna needs to go. Have a good day. Thank you so much, Shanna. I have you up on my TV. Ooh, that's so nice to be on Jace Big TV. All right. Thank you so much, my dear friends, for having me in your computer or TV tonight, right? So let me see. I forgot to, all right, change the comments in the, okay, what do you call that? The vertical. Okay, so sometimes it's really kind of a little bit of a struggle when you're multi-streaming to different platforms and at the same time different sizes, but it's fine. Okay, as long as we can accommodate as many of our dear friend crafters who are probably mobile, right, moving, so they can't watch it on TV, they can still watch it on their phones on a vertical live stream. Okay, so this is now card sketch number 10. Woohoo! Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm still on 9. Let me do 10. Okay. Oops. No, not that. Okay. So we're going to do 10. There you go. Card sketch number 10. All right. Okay. Almost done. Okay. There you go. Okay. So another top. Okay. Folding. So this one. And then we're going to have. Okay. This. And that would be our background like so. Okay, and then this. Okay, since I wanted to put in a sentiment as well onto this, all right, so I kind of thought of, making this, as part of, the sentiment instead of it just like that. Okay. All right. Or I can actually do it something like this. Okay. Something like that. Right. So you can put a twist. Okay. Always put a twist onto the different sketches. All right. So we started about 9. No, I know. Sorry. We started about past 7 because I was kind of late. Sorry about that. I think I started 7:30, and then of course I explained first a little bit of this awesome challenge. Yes, this 15 cards is going to be my second set for Kendra's card challenge 22, and I will definitely show you in a little bit the first set that I created specifically for sketch number 9, where I kind of tweak that a little bit. Oh, okay. This was supposed to be the background, but it's okay. It's done. All right. And then, okay, this one. Okay. And then this one now goes there. And then this one. This is the original sketch. Based on the original sketch. Okay. And then I want to, okay, use that like so. All right. So there you go. So a tweak. Okay. Because I really want to have a sentiment all the time. But then for this sketch, right? So there's that small circle. So I decided that I still want to keep that over there, but to put that sentiment still over there like so. All right. So that's it. This is another vertical or portrait card. So thank you so much again, dear friends who are still here. It's been 7:30, 8:30, 9. We've been going on for 2 hours now. And, I really appreciate, I know everybody's busy. And for you guys to spend just a few minutes Moreover, more than 2 hours with me is really such a blessing, and I'm super grateful, and I'm so glad to be back on live, right? So, what has been happening? Okay. Yours truly does have a learning center, and I do, one of the services that we offer is we do reviews to help students, get higher SATs and pass, university entrance exams and stuff like that. So we have started, okay, the summer program, and since I changed a lot of the materials, so that got me really busy. At the same time, I attended two retreats in church, one with family, with my kids. It's a family retreat. And another one is for leaders who lead Bible studies. So it's like those on top of the so many other things, right? So that's why I've been unable to actually go live as often as I want to. So apologies, but yours truly is back. All right, so there you go. Thinking of you. All right, so that is card sketch number 10. Woohoo! 5 more to go. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, let me just go back to the chat before we start with the next one. All right. So, yay, said Reagan. Yay to you back, my friend. Thank you so much for inspiring us to do that. And Jay said, I still need to finish my BBCA project. Same here, Jay. I have a ton of things to finish, but at least I've been preparing for it, right? And I might actually go live doing, some of the projects that you guys have done and watch Debbie's collage videos. Hi, Von Marie. Thank you so much for watching and dropping by. Again, if you have questions, so we have some of the design team members in the chat, of course, and some are seasoned veterans in terms of, doing some or joining Can't Just Card Challenge. Well, that's good. I was a bit worried about you when you weren't responding to messages. I wasn't responding to messages. So really, Jay? I know I respond to messages but wasn't able to go live. Sorry about that, Jay. Not intentionally ignoring anyone. Yes, the retreats were amazing, amazing, amazing. It's just that, I have only one of me. So I just needed to finish those off. Okay. I don't know why, for some weird reason. Maybe because it's the summer. So all the programs somehow got pushed to, summertime. So at any rate, yours truly is back, and I'm super happy. Thank you, Jay, for, thinking of me. I know you're always, a prayer partner. And of course, Vicky messaged me several times. Lala, are you okay? I haven't been seeing your lives. Are you okay? I really appreciate that you guys really were thinking of me and checking up on me. Everything is absolutely fine, my friends. Okay, it's just that just so many things to finished, but they're all done. So I can go back to my happy place, and that's crafting, right? So please don't forget tomorrow. Yes, we are going to be live on Cards by Kendra's YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that, please, you can go there now, right now, and set notify so you won't miss it. All right. And of course, at the end of the month, last Monday of the month, I do have a special Twisted Mondays on the Not Too Shabby shop. Okay. And of course, Jay. Okay. And I will have, hopefully, all right, our faith journaling session. Okay. So for this is number 11. All right. So this has a lot of, oops, where is the sketch? All right. So, okay. Okay. Here. That's the sketch number 11. Okay. As you can see, there's so many pieces, right? So sometimes it can look like, whoa, so many. So one of the things that I do best is like, okay, I would put in, okay, the, like pencil in, okay, the different paper, okay, so that, because there's just so many. There are 5 different pattern papers here and different strips, right? So different sizes. So to make it easier for you, okay, you can put those, pencil them in so you know how things are gonna look like. And this is another card where I stop from top going down. All right. So this one, okay, you'd have to take note when you download the free downloadable PDF. Kendra does have certain notes all the time for us. Okay, take note of those because those are important. So for this sketch, there is a note from Kendra that says, glue pieces to a 3 by 3 1/4 by 5 panel, starting at the bottom from measurements given and trim off the excess. So if you can see here on the side, you have measure to 1 3/4, and here measure to 1 inch. All right. So let us do that exactly. And then, so one thing I find useful, my friends, is to make things easier. You can start with the actual, instruction, and then tweak later. Okay. But for some weird reason, something happens, and then you just really need to tweak it already. That's absolutely fine. Hold on. I just need a pencil. Okay. I'm reaching out at the end of, okay, because I can't find the pencil that I had here earlier on. Okay, so this is the suggested 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, by 3 3/4. And so that is going to be the mat or the base where you're going to adhere everything. And Ken just said to measure 1 3/4 from the bottom up. Okay, so 1 3/4. Okay, so that is this part. Okay, and then on this side, it is 1 inch. Okay, so 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch. Okay, let's put it a little bit here so it's easier. 1 inch, 1 inch. There you go. So you see that part? Okay, so 1 inch here and 1 3/4 here. What I would do, okay, especially I have, difficulties with my eyesight. So it's easier. I would like lightly pencil in that angle, right? Because you can easily, erase that later on or cover it actually with the papers. So the next thing that I do now is, okay, to figure out the different pieces of paper that I have here. Okay, so just like before, I would play around with it first. All right, so, and then the next set of paper would be this one. All right. Okay, so that one, that one, that one. So you start with that angle. Okay. So if you did this earlier and it kind of started over there, it's going to be quite hard, right? Because those are like angle, diagonal, stuff like that. So you really have to start from the bottom. All right. And then you will have your, okay, this one is your, which one is my C? Yes, this one. Okay, so I have to look. See, I have a legend. Okay, where? See? There, there's a letter C. All right, so you can put that in so that you also won't have, difficulty looking for it. Okay, and then that one. And then this one. Okay, and then this one, and then, okay, this one, okay, and then paper D. Okay, so more or less it's gonna be looking like this. It looks like a hot mess, la. No worries. I'm just first making sure that all the right papers, okay, are in their more or less position, right? So now we kind of, try to make it a little bit more organized, okay, and go back to our initial angle. All right. So now that I know that I have all the right papers, okay, in place. Okay, now it's just okay a matter of trying to put things together. Okay, where it would make okay sense a little. Okay, so you gotta move that still. Okay. So that this one. Okay, kind of this one. Okay, and then okay, one, two. Oh, why is this together? Oh, there. It flew. This is letter D. Oh, this is D. Oh, this is okay, hold on. This is C. This is E. Ah, this is C. This is C. Double check the back, Lala. C. Okay, so this is C. Okay. It's the papers. What letter is this? This is okay. Where is E? E. 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 I am missing my letter E. Okay, so this is oh, this is E. Okay, so that's E. So this is C. This is C and this is C. Oh, I mixed up my C and letter E. That is Y. Okay, so this is all right. Got it. Got it. Mhm. Okay. There you go. Just making sure, right, that everything is here. Where is C? The real C. Okay, so this is now the real C. Okay, this is C. Okay, and this is D. Yes, correct. What is this? This is B. That's correct. That goes over there. B E D. Okay, and then this is E over there. All right. There you go. Okay. Now let us attach. Okay, so important points to this one. Okay. Okay, and then this one. Okay. D. Okay. I'm just making sure that it's the right paper. Okay, D. Okay, D. Oh my goodness. Why?
The cutter.
What happened to the cutter? Ano yung what are you cutting? My daughter is using my paper trimmer.
This one.
Let me see. Okay, so how are you supposed to cut? Sorry guys, mommy duties ensues. Okay, because
Hanggang dyan. Hanggang dyan lang.
if that is the size, then it's already
Okay, mga ganun po.
okay. So whatever you want to be trimmed over there.
Oh!
All right, so there you go.
Wow!
All right.
Thank you, Mom!
Okay, so there you go. You know how it is when your kids need help. You gotta be there, right? So okay. Okay, that one. Okie dokie dokie. Okie dokie dokie. Okay, and then this is B. Okay. Goats. Goats. Okay. So this one, okay, I make sure that the edge of that, okay, is, okay, and then everything else just follows. Right, and then this one. Okay. Oop. All right, and then this one, this one. Okay. Chinging. All right, and then you got this one. Okay. And then your letter E. Oh, am I missing a paper? Okay, hold on. No, no, no. This one goes over. Oh, am I missing a paper? There's a paper missing. Uh-oh. There's a paper missing. Wah, wah. Swim, swim. Okay. It's like this. So, there's a paper missing. There's a paper missing. Where is it? There. Have you done that? It's like, there's a paper missing. Where is it? It's actually on my fingertips. Oh my goodness, Lala. There you go. Ta-da! Oh, this one. There you go. So what took long for me for this one was figuring out what are the pieces. So I have to find a better way for me to figure out, okay, and probably labeling them properly would be better. Would also help because I mislabeled some of the pieces. Okay. But once that is done, then you are good to go. Ta-da! Okay. All right. And then this now will go over onto that part and onto your card base like so. Look at that. Right? So amazing play of colors. All right. And I wanted to do it like so. Okay. And the sentiment would go down below like so. Okay. Or probably since it didn't. Okay. So there you go. I want to know if, okay, where do I put this heart? No, I think I want to really put it there and then over there for a timeless. Why do I do it like that? See, I talk to myself all the time. How about you guys? Do you also do that? You kind of talk to yourself as well. So you know what? I'm gonna do this heart. Okay, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut the excess of that heart. Okay, like so. Okay, and then I will put my sentiment in like so. Okay, and then cut off that excess strip as well. There you go. That is, I feel, looks nicer to me. Again, this is your card. Whatever you decide on doing, it's okay. As long as it looks nice to you, that's most important. All right, there you go. A timeless celebration. Woohoo. All right. Okay. So if you find this sketch a little bit tricky, don't forget to watch later tonight. Okay, head on to Cards by Kendra, of course, the creator of this awesome challenge. We will be on her channel together with Lynn of LV Handcrafted and Sean of Manly Made Minutes, working on one of two actually of the sketches that a lot of us, find a little bit tricky. There you go. This is sketch number, what is this? 11. All right. Okay, let me check the chat first before I move on. Okay. Bye, Shelly. Yes, Juan Marie, right? Okay, could done me. Yes, I was asked at work if my boss could clone clone you. Oh, thank you, Jay. It did. It was a really inspiring one, especially having, done it with my kids. Good night, Shelly. That came out pretty cool, right, Jay? Talk to myself all the time. It helps, right? All right, there you go. I have to go. Thank you so much, Von Marie, for dropping by. Sketch 11 is one of my favorites. So mine is 7-Eleven. That's a game. 7-Eleven, right? Anyway, for that one, sketch 7-Eleven. That's right. Imagine the many different kinds of paper that Kanja has, decided to put on this sketch. Amazing. Blown away, right? Mind blown. All right, so there you go. And then finally, we're off to the last three. Last but not the least, of the sketches. Okay. So this one is, let me just go and there you go. All right, so this is sketch 13. Okay, 13. Okay. Ta-da! Okay, sorry. 12. Why 13? 12. See? I read that as 13. It's only 12. All right. So sketch number 12. All right. So this one does have, if you are using the mats and layers, there are actually bits and pieces here that you can use for the inside of your card. Okay. So you have this, 3 strips, of paper that goes underneath like so. And you have these tiny ones that is suggested to be placed inside of your card. Okay. And then, I will offset this circle a little bit. So not one on top of the other, just a little offset. Okay. And then I will put it like so and then put in my sentiment. Okay, like that one. So, and then I will just, so no fishtails for any of my sentiments on this one. Again, this one, again, I have a little bit of white space. You can absolutely, what do you call this? Dry emboss that one. And then you have this strips that you can put inside of, decorate the insides of your card, right? So this one is part of the things that you will be able to cut when you use the mats and layers. Okay, so there's that part which you can use to decorate the insides of your card like so. It coordinates with the top because these are like, ones with fishtail, right? Okay, so it's kind of curling because this is a very thick one, kind of a thick one, a little bit of paper. Okay. Jay, if you ever find a way to clone yourself, have you guys seen Multiplicity? Uh, I think it's what's his name? Keaton guy, the Keaton guy. Anyway, um, that thing is he tried to multiply himself, right? Because he has, he's a dad, he's at work, so many things to do. So he decided, okay, I want to clone myself. I actually don't remember how. Was it like magic or something? I can't remember. But every time he gets multiplied, it's like the version of himself gets dumber and dumber, right? So in the end, it created more issues than solution to actual, problems that he had of trying to figure out how to finish all the things and do all the roles that he has, okay, in his life. So, like, yeah, of course, lesson learned. Just be content with who you are, what you can do, okay, and that it's okay to just say no to some of the things and learn to which one do you prioritize first, right? Like in my case, remember a while ago, my daughter needed help. So no matter what, if any of my kids need me, I will have to stop and check them, check out their needs first. So again, that's just me. I'm not saying that's the right thing. Okay, that is just really, what kind of works with me and my kids. As a solo parent, I find that, especially when they were growing up, um, being there for them whenever they need to, as long as I can. Okay, I will be there for them, and I think just the same, right? So when crafting, probably your crafting needs to, you're so busy right now that you kind of need to take a bit of a time off from crafting, that's fine. And on the flip side, if you're too much, stressed at work, try paper crafting. Try making these sketches, following these sketches. It is so relaxing. You know why? Because it kind of, you need to like tune in onto the sketches and stuff like that. So for a while, for a little while, you'll forget whatever is bothering you, or probably you just need to step off a little bit so that you can refocus, regain your what do you call this? Your desire or zest for work or for life, right? So there you go, right? So again, this is a shiny kind of silvery paper that I feel is just, really nice. So there you go, Simply Radiant. All right, so that's number 12. 13. Yay, we're now on number 13, friends. Okay, 13. Hi, Laura. Good morning, my friend. Yes, this is Laura. She is a coach. She is specifically a marathon coach. So if you, and they go live, Laura goes live with her amazing husband, Stuart. Okay, every Sundays. Hi, Laura. Thank you again for dropping by. There you go. I'm fine, Laura. I'm fine. Just got a little bit busy. Yes, again, check out sketch number 11. All right, that is Kendra's, favorite as well. All right. So we're now okay. So for this card, again, since I use the mats and layers, there are these two pieces which you can put inside of the card. All right. Okay. Ta-da! So another thing I like about those, the mats and layers, the new SVGs that's available, is that before, let's say, for the mats and layers, I would consume sometimes double double the amount or quantity of the materials or papers I use, simply because I didn't know how to maximize the use of the paper. But with the mats and layers SVG, it's normally be just between 3 to 4 to 5, depending on the sketches, and then you're good to go, right? So I don't need a ton of papers just to make the mats and layers. And at the same time, you even get some strips, okay, like this ones I'll show you, that you can use for. Okay, so for the mats and layers, for the 5 pieces of mats and layers that I cut, these are the strips that I got, which, according to the mats and layers, you can use for, background or mats for your sentiments, right? So, absolutely nothing is thrown away, so to speak, right? So, when you use these sketches, all right, so, and then this one. Okay. So I am using the bonus printable. Now, if you are a person like our dear friend, our dear friend Sean. Sean is really super awesome at mixed media, right? So in everything that he does, mixed media is almost always a part of his work. Definitely these sketches will still be applicable, right? You can still use or make use of these sketches. All right, so there you go. You can put it over there and say you are the best. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where I want to put the you are the best. Did you get that? You are the best. Okay, so while I'm figuring that out, okay, I will adhere this. Okay, so that while I'm thinking, my hands are also okay moving, so that we can be finished in no time at all. Okay. So what you can do, suggestion for those who are really busy, okay, but still want to finish, okay, is you can set a time, okay, for you to work with just choosing the paper and then cutting your papers A to F. Okay, and then put them in specific baggies or stuff that you can use to making the actual cards faster. Okay, I think I want it here. All right, and then okay. So probably another time to create the mats and layers. And then I find that when you are trying to prepare this, I actually normally watch somebody's videos, probably one of yours. All right, while I do this, right? So it's like hitting two birds with one stone, so to speak. Right? So there you go. You are the best. All right. So there you go. Okay. And then, as I said, there are strips, okay, with, flags, okay, fishtails like that. Okay. That you can use. Okay. So if you want, on the other card, I placed it on top. All right. So with this card, you can place it. Okay, like so. Okay. like that. And then you can have your journaling there or your sentiments or your dedication. There you go. That's number 13. Okay, 14. All right. So for this one, I am able to um dry emboss this strip using this embossing folder. That's just a 2D embossing folder that I've had forever. All right. So for this sketch, okay, it's a um, landscape one. Okay. So it's another landscape card. Okay, so if you can see that one, the dotted one, okay, it says embossed. Again, a suggestion. If you don't want it to be embossed, you want it to be plain, you want it to be glittery, okay, whatever. Oh, look at that. All right, so make sure that you check the opening of your card. Okay, so there you go. And then you put the embossed part over there. Okay, and then you put this other embossed part over there. All right. Okay, and then this one over here. Okay, and then this one over here. Okay, and then this part over there. Okay, so let's try to play around with the different pieces just first before we actually put it together. Okay, I think this one I probably have. Okay, why is this a little bit thicker? All right. So, but you know what? Okay, since that's gonna be covered anyways, it's okay. I think it's really like that. All right. And then I will do this one. Okay. And then that will be covered anyway later by the circle. All right. Like so. Okay. So this one was like thinking, yeah, maybe that is more than enough. And let's just put in a strip of sentiment. Okay. Let me see. You know where I put in all my sentiments and my, okay, in this like old jewelry box. Let's see if I still have like a sentiment strip here I can use. Okay, so these are my excess. Look at that. Okay, maybe I can choose from one of these for, okay, to decorate that part. Okay, or, okay. Where are the other leaves? Do I only have one leaf? Okay. So sometimes this is what kind of, okay, there you go. That's better. Okay, or it could be, okay, 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 thank you so much. That would be better if there's a sentiment strip that oh, remember I cut them always. Okay, I print them twice all the time. So I actually have another sentiment strip over here. There you go. That fixes everything. Okay. So I'll just cut super fast. Okay. Sentiment. Okay. I like this one. Piece by piece. Okay. Piece by piece. Okay. All right. So that one. Okay. Since I don't have my paper, I mean my die cutting machine, it's way over there on the other side, and that would take longer. So I'll just cut off that part. Okay, okay. All right, and let's put this together. Okay, so the longer strip goes over there. Okay, and then this strip goes over here. goes over there, goes over here, goes over there, and here, and there. Okay. Okay. Let's do this first. Which one do I like best? Oh, that one. That one is a nicer side to this embossed paper. Okay. All right. So let's make this side. Okay. And then let's make this side. Okay. Did I make it too low? It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Okay, just one more. One more. I keep on humming, you know, those are original versions. I don't know where I get those melodies, anyways. You know, when you're working with something, right? So you come up with, you talk to yourself with some humming on the sides. I hear water. Oh, I'm not sure if it's raining or probably one of my kids are okay. I'm probably taking a bath. It's actually May, so it's the start supposedly of the rainy season here in the Philippines. So that makes sense. If it starts raining, look at that. I love this. Right? So that stained glass effect is beautiful. All right. Since I want to, sneak in some leaves, okay, at the back of this one. So I will just put a little bit of foam. You can actually just put 3 here. It's just I didn't layer it or adhere it properly, so I had to put 4. But 3 I feel would be more than enough for this. All right, and then I would go over there and then would sneak in those, leaves. Okay, like so. Probably on that, both on that side, as I try to, okay, figure, okay, because I do want to put in, okay, you don't need, if it doesn't want to sneak in, so you can always easily cut that. All right. And then put in our, okay, sentiment. Okay. Let's do this again like that. And like that. Okay. Eh! What is happening? All right, so there you go. Okay, and then, okay, so we just want that part because we don't want to cover the red fish, blue fish, red fish. Okay, and then probably put in a bit of a foam tape like so over at the edge. There you go. Piece by piece, you are beautiful. I love this sentiment, Kendra. right? So it's like the totality of you as a person, the different pieces, the different things that make us are uniquely us, right? So that is now card number, okay, 14. Okay. So you see what that bit of embossing, that solid cardstock does to the background, right? All right, so that's number 14. Finally, the last but not the least, my dear friends. Okay, not the least, but the least. Oh, my dad jokes. All right, there you go. I think this is me being hungry. All right, so let us check this out. All right, so again, this is me doing Candace Card Challenge 22, creating 15 beautiful cards from sketches that are absolutely free for you to download. The link is in the description of this video, and you actually also can get the chance to win something on top of, the ability to get the sketches for free by joining, creating that 15 cards from this, and then sharing it, okay, or posting it onto the in links link that is found in the description of this video as well, for the link to the PDF where you can get all of those details as well. So it's going to be like that. All right. So the papers that I used for all the 15 cards, my friends, are part of a bonus printable, the bonus printable for the month of May. The bonus printable is a perk that you get if you are part of several different tiers in the Cards by Kendra membership or Patreon. Now, depending on the tier, you get, different kinds of perks, and this bonus printable is one of them. Okay, so with this bonus printable, you can absolutely join using this. Okay, the main challenge, which is KCC 22nd. Yes, we are on our 22nd quarter. Congratulations, Kendra. And we're happy that you still haven't run out of ideas and sketches, for us to use and create, amazing cards and other things that, we can use the sketches for as inspiration. Okay, and then from there, just download that bonus printable for the free one, and then it would lead you to the many different places where you can get some of the awesome perks like this bonus printable. Okay, and then also there are like the, color palette challenge. That's actually also another free challenge that you can use. So if you are somebody like me who struggles with color, that is going to be another great opportunity for you to, tweak things a bit, okay, and try to practice more on, using the color scheme or color palette of the month. And the bonus printable is almost always, okay, that with using that same palette, okay? So you can join two, okay, at the same time. But whatever it is, okay, if you are busy, you just want to create just one or two or three cards, that's absolutely okay as well. But of course, we would love to see your takes on all of the cards. Okay, for this Canvas Card Challenge 22nd, okay, quarter. Okay, now, my friends, let's look, okay, at the finished 15 cards. So this is card number 15. This is card number 14. Okay, 13, 12. Okay, gotta move it a little bit so that they will all fit. 15, 14, 13, 12. Okay, and then we have 11. Okay, kind of really love that. 10. Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay. I have to put down the containers. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So those are the 15 beautiful cards that I created, inspired by the beautiful sketches of Kendra's Card Challenge 22. So far, my friends, okay, have you joined Kendra's Card Challenge? If not, I hope you would consider joining us for KCC 22. And something just fell. Don't worry, I'm okay. All right, I didn't get hurt. Just something fell off from one of the cards. Yes, there you go. Yes, they're pretty fast, right? Once everything is there, putting them together, just follow the sketch. It's going to be, it gets faster, right? So in the beginning, you're still a little bit slow, but eventually when you get used to it, you're going to get faster. I'm watching you while I research patriotic cow ephemera for a project. Ooh, what does a patriotic cow look like, Jay? I'm like, does it have like a scarf? What does that look like? Okay, I don't know. I'm interested. Does it rain every day? Yes, during the rainy season, normally we get really about 3 to 4 months of really rainy days, right? So the thing is, it's the flooding that's the problem here in Metro Manila anyway. I will probably give you an update on that once it does start raining, right? So hello, bone tired travelers. Thank you so much, my friend, for dropping by. Carol, you're back and I'm still here. And thank you, Kendra. Right? These are lovely cards because the sketches are beautiful. The bonus printable papers that I use, which is actually this one. Sorry, I stepped on the other card. This one. This everything you see here are based on this bonus. This is the May 2026 bonus printable. It is available as a perk if you are part of the Kendra's Card Challenge Patreon here. I think it's in the VIP. No, it's not VIP anymore. It's platinum and then the gold and silver. Kendra, is that correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm still getting used to the new tiers, right? So there you go. Right? The pretty again because it is the papers and the sketch. Okay, so I just want to show you the first one. Okay, let me just figure things out a bit. Okay, so this was the first set I did, my friends. Okay, we're just gonna go through it fast. This one using the May bonus printable, but I do want to show you sketch number 7 here. Because that one, I'm so proud that I actually did that. So we'll do that last. All right. So this is my first set. Okay. This is for the month of April. And the papers here that you see are a little bit like the opposite of these colors. They're muted, a little bit muted, right? Pastel. These are from last month. Okay. Bonus printable. All right, so there you go. You see, if you want to check out how I did this, I actually did this like what we're doing right now, live. All right, last month, you can check that video out. So every month, okay, I will do something like this. I will create a full set using the month's bonus printable here in the channel. So if you want to craft alongside me, absolutely. What you can do to prepare is just, choose those papers already, cut them if you can already, whether you do it manually with scissors or paper trimmers or an electric die cutting machine with SVG, that's absolutely fine. And then join me, right? So again, next month, okay, in June for another live crafting session, doing the full set, okay, here on my channel next month. All right, that time I'm going to be using the June bonus printable. And this is my card sketch number 7. Look at this. I actually made a pinwheel out of this one, out of the sketch. And I did show you how to do this in my last month's live stream video for KENDRA'S Card Challenge 22. And I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, for this set, this new set, see it, the pinwheel is still there. And then there is that faux gem in the middle, like so. Come on, camera, right? And then you can make it interactive like so, right? And remember, I told you when you have like big backgrounds like this, sometimes it's nice to have, texture on it. Doesn't have to be really pattern paper. Just put a little bit of a texture, okay, on that solid cardstock. So whatever, which way, somehow inspires you, resonates with you, then just go for that, right? So you saw my take on the the April full set, and now this is for the month of May. Again, please don't forget later tonight. I hope to see you all on Cards by Kendra. That's Kendra's YouTube channel where we will go live with Kendra. So that's me and Lynn, okay, for Kendra's Card Challenge 22's live stream for the month of May. Again, thank you so much. If you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed just yet, I hope that you would consider subscribing. And we do a lot of card making and paper crafting here in the channel. All right, so with that, thank you so much for spending several hours or even just a few minutes and saying hi in the chat for us tonight. All right, so before we head off, okay, let's just check everybody in the chat. Thank you again, Carol, Reagan, Kendra. All right, for the kind, beautiful words, Jay. It's a Highland. Oh, it's a Highland cow with a top hat. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so excited to see what that's gonna turn out to be, Jay. Great set of cards. Thank you, friends. Yes, $5 and up tiers. All right, so there you go. If you want. So basically what I'm doing is I am using the bonus printable for the month of Candace Card Challenge and using the quarters sketches to create the set. And now all I need to do is take a photo of this full, set. Okay, of course, not looking like this. You have to try and show, all the different, cards and then submit it, right? So if you just want to showcase it, right? Post it on the Facebook group of Candace Card Challenge. Okay. Or if you also want to actually get the chance to win, a prize, then you also need to upload that, okay, onto the in links. Okay, so when you download the bonus printable, it's gonna look, I know, not the bonus printable, but the free PDF. All right, so there is a QR code for each of the months in the quarter. Okay, make sure that you upload it into the May, okay, because otherwise the other links won't work. All right. So if you do have other questions, yes, there's more time for you to do that later tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Cards by Kendra. All right. So, with that, my dear friends, thank you again so much, Kendra. It's such a pleasure. And also, thank you for staying up so late just to be in the chat for us. With that, God bless you all. See you later. Bye. Okay. I forgot how to end. Hold on, friends. This is it. Bye.